Friends, what is up? Greg Newmaster coming at you again with another action figure review. Today I have Neca Back to the Future 1/16 scale die cast replica time machine of the DeLorean from Back to the Future. I have to say that one of my favorite movie trilogies of all time is by far Back to the Future, the story of Marty McFly and Doc Brown. Marty accidentally gets sent back in time to 1955 when his parents were teenagers and goes through this big debacle on figuring out how to get back to the future, which is 1985. Such a nostalgic movie, such a good movie, a good trilogy of movies that hold up to this day, played by the very charismatic Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Just an iconic film and an iconic car, the DeLorean. The DeLorean was the aluminum American answer to Ferrari and Lamborghinis in the 80s. It was a company that went under because the car was just not successful and a lot of bad business mistakes. But anyhow, they threw it into Back to the Future. And I know that there were many different ideas for what the time machine actually was going to be, but thank God that they went with the DeLorean because they souped it up, they made it look awesome, and it is just such an iconic car. I mean, there's so many movies with iconic cars, and this is like definitely probably like top 2, top 3 iconic cars. We have the Batmobile. We have Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters. We have Kit from Knight Rider. And we have the DeLorean from Back to the Future. So I got this at Target for about $50. I was very excited. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this is the second version where the wheels tuck in and it can fly. It may not be, but I'm not sure. But let's crack this baby open and see what we have here. Because I've never owned a time machine before from Back to the Future. So this is my first one, and I was really excited when I saw this at Target. So here's the box. It has the date, November 5th, 1955. That's where Marty traveled back to the past. October 25th, 2015, that's when he goes into the far future, which obviously didn't happen in our time. And then he goes back to 1885 when he goes back into the Wild West. There's the bottom of the box. There's the side. Here's the back here. What's it say? Time machine diecast replica. Marty McFly and Doc Brown experience the adventure of a lifetime in an unlikely time machine as they travel to the past, present, and future, setting off a time-shattering chain reaction that disrupts the time-space continuum. So it says here, 1/16 scale doors open and close, high detail. But they had this picture on the back, but I have a feeling it's not going to be version 2 of the time machine that can fly, which is going to kind of be a bummer if that's not the case. But that's all right. At least I have the time machine finally. Let me cut this tape here. I forgot that, so I can see where else. Oh, there's tape. It's taped in 3 places here. So we can get this open and you guys can experience this baby with me. And so it just pops off there. Oh man, this thing is heavy. This is heavy. So this is definitely the die cast. And okay, so there's the bottom looks kind of lame. You would think that if they would go to all the effort of this detail, that they would, you know, do the bottom a little nicer, put that detail in, but they didn't. I mean, this thing was $50, so I was kind of hoping that it would be fully detailed, but I guess not. Looks great though. I just love this car. I don't know if any of you have ever seen a DeLorean in real life, but you know, whenever I see one, I've seen quite a few in real life that people have owned, and you just geek out whenever you see it. It kind of looks weird when it doesn't have all the Back to the Future like spoilers and vents and all the gizmos on the back. So get a good look at that. There's the power source where he puts the garbage in. The back license plate says out of time. You get the squared checkered detail of the rear tail lights, the exhaust. I mean, this baby is heavy. So they taped the doors here shut for whatever reason. I felt like that's a little unnecessary, but here it is from the top, just so you guys can get a good look at it. Here's the sides, and there's the rear, or the side mirrors. They're just painted silver. And I don't know what it was, but as a kid, when you would see the door open up sideways like that, that was like the coolest thing in the world. You can kind of see the flux capacitor right there. The device that makes time travel possible, as Marty and Doc would say. There's nice little details on the inside. We got like the different wires and some sort of a tube. The seats look really good. Steering wheel, it doesn't turn or anything like that. And this, I guess this would be like the time shifter that Marty does there's like the gear shift, and there's like the time shifter, I guess, that turns the flux capacitor on. And remember, in the beginning of the first Back to the Future, Doc steals plutonium from the Libyans, and he tricks them and says that he's going to make them a nuclear bomb, but it's just like pinball machine parts, and he laughs about it. And then, like, when he's doing the experiment with Marty in the opening of the film, the Libyans come, and you think that Doc Brown gets killed, because Marty jumps into the time machine, because they come in like a 70s hippie van and just start firing machine guns at Doc and Marty jumps into the time machine and accidentally goes back into time, and that's how the movie begins. And we think that Doc is dead. So this is version 1 of the time machine. So the wheels don't turn in, so it's not the flying version. I wish it was the flying version, but it's not. Both these doors open. Looks great. Looks really, really great. That's kind of what it looks like with the doors open and the seats. Just lots of detail. Lots of wonderful detail here. Don't even ask me what all these components are. I mean, they're all made up, of course, but the wheels are not rubber either. That's kind of disappointing. So this is just plastic, and you know, it looked better in the package. It really did. It's kind of cheap, even though it's die cast. Like the frame and the outer shell is die cast. Like all the rest is plastic, and it's not as detailed as I thought it would be for how expensive it was. And the only feature of articulation that it has is the doors. So I'm kind of disappointed, but it looks really good. Looks really, really good, and I'm glad I have my first Back to the Future time machine. Yeah, so not my favorite, not the best, but it is my first one, so if you like the video, guys, please like and subscribe. One more look at it. top, back. Yeah, that looks awesome. Side. There's the engine and all the time machine components. Like I said, a very plain Jane bottom, which is disappointing. But if you're a big Back to the Future fan, like I am, I highly recommend it. And there is in the, you can see through the windshield there, all the different components as well. It'd be cool if like the flux capacitor lit up. That'd be a nice touch as well, but it doesn't. So it's very, very plain. So I'm sure there's better ones out there. But anyhow, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I hope you're all doing well. Have a happy Halloween coming up soon.